Tahniah! Secara langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia. Sebuah inisiatif e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda. Secara langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon and hello to all the teachers, parents and the wonderful students out there. Welcome to Pusat Tuisyen Academy YouTuber, a joint venture with e-didik Malaysia and Kelab Guru Malaysia. Bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. Before we proceed, let's begin our session with the recitation of Kitab Al-Fatihah, and for the non-Muslims, please recite your prayers according to your religion. Baik. So how is everyone doing? My prayer is that everyone is in the best of health and ready to proceed with today's lesson. But let me introduce myself first. I am Cikgu Zana as your moderator for today, and together with me is Teacher Liu Aileen, our host controller. And our presenter for today is Teacher Emily Lim Yet Im, aka Teacher Im from College Tingkatan 6 Tapah Perak. Okay, let us give a warm welcome to Teacher Im. Okay, so Teacher Im is a very experienced teacher, and today she will be sharing a lesson on limits. For the record, we are now live on Teacher Emily Lim Yet Im's channel. So as a sign of support to Teacher Im for her hard work in preparing today's lesson, please subscribe her channel and not forgetting ours too. As usual, the lesson will last approximately for 1 hour and the certificate link will be given at the end of this session. So be sure to follow this class up until the end and give your full cooperation in making this session a lively one. I would also like to remind students to use appropriate language and also use appropriate profile picture. If possible, use your own picture. If you wish to post comment in the chat box. I'm pretty sure all the students here today are excellent students who will uphold a positive classroom environment. Stay focused, and if you have any question, please write on the chat box and Teacher Im will try to provide you with the answer. So without further ado, please welcome Teacher Im.
Hi. It's me again. Hello. Welcome to semester 2. We are fine. You are now in semester 2 after studying so long in semester 1, right? Well, semester 2, we are all about calculus. So myself, Teacher Aileen and Cikgu Zana has already discussed. So we are going to go for lessons, okay? No more revision, okay? We are going for lessons, teaching you the technique of doing the calculus, okay? Teaching you how to do calculus, So please join us. Ask all your friends to join us. I have left a link in the description box and I have left the link in the chat box. So please kindly share the link to your friends so that all of us can have free tuition class. Okay, because lately I noticed there's not many of us, okay, there's not many of you. We 3 of us are always here, but not many of you join the class. So let's say if there is no customer, then why would we want to have a class for a few students? So we really hope, of course, the few students are great, that few students are great. So, but we really hope our effort can go for more people. So help us share, and we would love to have more students to join us, because whatever we are teaching is basically following the school syllabus. Okay, whatever not important, we just brief through, but whatever that comes out for exam, we will concentrate on it. Okay, today I'm going to talk about limit. Okay, so as usual, academic YouTuber, that is where we are, and we have a playlist which we can actually have a lot of other subjects inside there, and we have one special playlist especially for calculus in my channel, so you can drop by later. Okay, and for now there is already 60 videos on calculus inside there, means the one for chapter for your semester 2, all about your semester 2. We have about 60 videos inside there, so please check it out. And we have other subjects, I'm sure you have been there. We have biology, and we have chemistry, accounts, just in case for some of you who are taking accounts, and of course our physics lesson. You should check out the physics lesson, okay, by one of the markers out there. She is a very experienced teacher, so you should check her channel out. Okay, now today like I say, we are going to learn about limits and infinity. So how are we going to evaluate limits approaching positive infinity and negative infinity? So why do I do that? Okay, so why I chose limit to infinity? One thing, I have not made a video on that, so most probably a lot of students wanted that, because in previous class, in my previous limit class, revision class, if some of you might have joined already, okay, I might have saw the video already. In the previous class, some of the students were asking, teacher, limit of infinity. So today's tuition class, okay, today free class is all about limit of infinity. So let's do this. Okay, so limits, previously I already mentioned, they are full question and they are half question. Okay, full question usually are about 6 to 7 marks. Okay, 6 to 7, 5 marks, almost like that. And it always come in two parts. Okay, it always come in two parts. Whether they ask you to find limits of a finite number, or they ask you to find limit of infinity. Okay, or sometimes they will have both on numbers. And if they come for half, they will come with a limit, okay, calculating the limit, and then whether they want existence, which Cikgu Zana is going to teach next week, and continuity, which Cikgu Aileen is going to talk about next week. So stay tuned for limit existence and limit of continuity. Okay, so if let's say if you have 6 marks or 5 marks for that question, okay, then average there will be like 4 marks or 2 marks for part 2 marks for part A, or 3 marks for part A, and another 3 marks for part B. Okay, so we are going to go through that. Oops. All right. Now, limit for infinity, we have 3 basic rules to it. When we have limit to a constant, okay, if we have a number, then that number is going to transform, the limit is going to transform back to the number. Okay, it's going to transform back to the number. And if limit, if we have the x or unknown at the bottom there, okay, the limit, for example, number divided by a positive infinity, the answer usually will transform to 0, and it goes to the same when limit is negative infinity. Okay, so that is basically the idea. We want to transform, when we are doing limit of infinity, we try to transform that number, okay, on top is a number, at the bottom we have the infinity, so that we can basically transform it into 0. So that is the key of limit to infinity. Okay, let's have a look at when I have limit to infinity for polynomial and constant. So I will go very fast because mostly some of you would have learned this in school with your teacher. Okay, so limit to infinity. If I have infinity for a number, it will transform to the number. And if I have limit to negative infinity, okay, for when you have this kind of equation, linear equation or quadratic equation, basically we will look at the position where the limit has unknown. Okay, for this case, the unknown is over here. So basically we will plug in. Okay, we will plug in. Actually, that is not actually the correct concept, but that is a concept that we use in any limit of infinity question so that we find it easy to create our limit. Okay, so for example, if we have 3 times negative infinity, means 3 times a very, very, very large small number. Small, negative is small number. So very, very large small number, basically we get back negative infinity. Okay, so if the question goes as so, our unknown highest degree will be here. So I will be concentrate on that. So I only plug in, which I told you just now, algebraically is not really that correct, but it is very useful when we do our question. So we will plug in negative infinity into x squared. So you imagine negative infinity squared, it will become a very small number. Anything squared, it will become a very big positive number. So 5 times that positive number, we will get a very, very big positive number. Okay, and then of course, let's say if we have case like this, limit moving x moving to positive infinity. Okay, then what will happen here is the one with power is over this side, over here. So what we are going to do is we're going to plug in, like I said just now, we plug in positive infinity inside here. We will get a very, very big positive infinity number. But remember, outside of it has a negative. So what we do is that negative will transform that positive number into a negative infinity. So that is basically what we are going to do. Okay, so with that, another type of famous question that we have is the rational type. And that is also the favorite. Okay, the favorite among the students. The favorite among the examiners and the question. All right, is there any question?
Yeah, from Muhammad Shafiq. Do we need to show substitution or just direct negative infinity?
Okay, I will answer your question later when we go for the Stpm question. All right. So now I'm just basically want you to have an idea what limit is. Okay. I want you to have the idea what limit is, and then only we deal with the question. All right. So for this, of course, if you see just now those questions, I can guarantee it won't come out. I can guarantee those questions won't come out. But the basic of it, the knowledge of just now those questions, okay, will help you to answer all the complicated questions on limit later. Okay, let's come back to my rational. Rational means fractions. So we have, let's say if I have a very big positive infinity cube, so I'm going to get a very, very big number there. So 1 divided by a very, 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 very big number, most probably you will get like 0.00000, how many zillion zeros, and that will transform to 0. So 0.00001, for example, that it will transform to 0. So basically, if you have a fraction, you will transform 1 divided by a very big number or a negative infinity. We also will transform it to 0. Okay? Now, again, we have negative infinity here. So I will choose this number to this one to plot in. So I will plot in 2 times negative power of 5. Okay, so this is a odd power. So the negative infinity is going to maintain that. So 2 times a negative infinity, we are going to get negative infinity over here. So 1 divided by the negative infinity, we are going to transform it into 0. Okay? So, next one, I'm going to concentrate over here. So this, oops. So I'm going to concentrate over here where I'm going to plot in the infinity. So 4 is a number. So just now we learned already the limit for a number, we get back the number. Okay, but the limit for this infinity, I plug in inside here, the infinity, negative infinity squared is a positive. So you have to be very careful when you plug in the time, whether it's a odd power or even power. So you plug in here, so you get a positive infinity. So this side here is going to transform to 0. So we have 4 minus 0, we get 4. Okay, so that is our basic knowledge. This is all basic knowledge which you already have, and you can always get all these kind of examples in your textbook. All right, now I'm going to deal with Stpm level question. So Stpm level question, most of the time, it is going to go big. Okay, the equation that they are giving you in Stpm definitely won't be simple like just now. So what will happen is, if I have this kind of equation, the first thing is we try to plug in. Okay, we try to plug in and we notice, oh my, we will have something like this. If I plug in over here, I have positive infinity, plug in here, and I will notice the top portion will transform to positive infinity and the bottom portion will transform to positive infinity, and I will end up with an indeterminate form. Okay, talk about indeterminate form. If your teacher teach you the L'Hopital rule, you can use the L'Hopital rule inside your exam. Yes, you can use that. But you also need to check out the marks. If the marks is a lot, then L'Hopital rule, actually, if you use L'Hopital rule, you will know this trick. It will transform the limit question into something super simple. Okay, it's going to be very nice to use. But if your teacher did not teach you, then we use the old way, the one that L'Hopital rule is not inside the Stpm syllabus. Just for your information, if you just in case you don't know what's in your, because you just started Sem 2, maybe you have no idea what's your syllabus. So L'Hopital rule is not inside your syllabus, but it's something useful to help you solve question which is could not use this old conventional way. Okay, so what are we going to do? What we are going to do is we are going to check out the denominator, and we will notice for this case the denominator, the highest power of the denominator. Okay, well, before I continue, please ask your friends to join the class. Okay, because I only have 15 students. I typed my slides for like so long and I only have 15 students. So sad. So please ask your friends to join. I promise you won't regret. Okay, anybody join my class, you won't regret.
Yes.
Okay, back to this one. Please, there is a denominator there. So what you are going to do is you will create this denominator. You will take this denominator and you will divide with every element in the question. So for this case, divide it with this one. I'm not going to go by one. So I mean divide with every element inside your question. Okay, divide by every element. Okay, then you will plot in and you will simplify and you will get something like this. Okay, once you get this already, what you are going to do is, because just now you know already, limit to moving to infinity, for any equation, number divide by that equation, you will notice that it will transform into 0. Okay, so can you guess the answer for this question? Anybody can guess? Please write in the chat box.
Okay, please write in the chat box.
Okay, what do you think the answer is? You will see when you transform the time, all this part will transform into 0, 0, 0. So if I plug in infinity inside here, what the answer should be? Come. Please tell me. What should the answer be? I'm sure you know.
Yes, student.
All 15 of you are super good student, I'm sure. That's why you joined the class. Okay, because you are good students, because that's why you join the class. So come on, tell me what's the answer. If you put in infinity over here, still got a lot of questions I want to touch. So you will get, come
Shafiq answered
on.
3/2.
No, you
Shafiq answered
imagine,
3/2.
you imagine just now, 3/2 times a very big number. So what it should be? Infinity. You are right,
Yes,
Cikgu. You are right, Shafiq. So
Jessica.
you get a very, very big number. Yes, you are right, Fatin. Yes.
Yeah.
So you get a infinity value because you got 3/2, a number, times an infinity, you will get a positive infinity. Yes. Chai zi xin chai zi xin. Okay, you are right. It will become a very, very big number. Good. Okay, next question. Okay, if you look at this question, again, when I plug in, I notice it becomes an indeterminate form again because I will get infinity over infinity. So if I get infinity over infinity, I cannot continue plugging in, okay? Because just now, when I do the revision part, the one with the purple box one, I plug in and I can get answer. But when I plug in here, cannot get answer. So if indeterminate format, I need to think of the highest power of the denominator. So what's the highest power of denominator here? Over here. Okay, highest power of denominator for the degree is x power of 4 for this case. Okay, x power of 4. So we are going to take x power of 4 and we are going to throw inside all the elements inside the question. Everyone. Okay, all the thing. Later, I will show you how to write this because I'm teaching you the steps. I don't want to teach you the wrong step, but I will teach you the shortcut later, okay? So what we are going to do is we're going to plot in. That is the correct conventional way, all right? But can Cikgu Zana and teacher Eileen, we always want to teach them the correct way first before we teach them the shortcut.
Yes.
Better teach the basic first.
Yes, this is the basic. So we will take the equation and we will divide and we will end up something like this. And we will notice these few parts here is going to transform into 0. Okay, so what will happen to this answer? This answer is 0 divided by 2. Press your calculator. If you don't know what is 0 divided by 2, you will get 0. So this question, our answer is 0. Okay, because we have all the infinities gone here. So this question, we get 0. All right, so next question. Next question, I have the element t and I'm going to substitute t. And yes, good. Somebody got 0 for the answer. Okay, let's try this one. Let's say if we plot in this one, again, we got an indeterminate form. We get infinity over infinity. So we cannot move on. So we have to think of the highest power of the denominator. But unfortunately, this denominator got problem. This denominator is 2 brackets. So the next step that we are going to do is we need to expand this. So we need to expand this so that we can check for the highest power of the denominator. Okay, so this highest power of denominator is t power of 3. Okay, that is the highest power of denominator. We are going to take that t power of 3 and we are going to divide with all the elements inside the function. Okay, we divide, and it is very irritating. I know. Wait. Later I will tell you how to write this fast. Okay, and we have to write. I remind you, we have to write. Okay, so we are going to have all these elements divided to t power of 3 divided by all the elements inside the function, and then we will end up simplifying it into this one. Okay, we simplify it and then magic happens. This is going to transform to 0, 0, 0, and 0. When we put in the limit, we were going to end up a lot of 0. So clue number 1, you see before I put in the limits, okay, t moving to infinity, before I put in the infinity, you notice or not, I still copy the limits. I still copy the words limit t moving to infinity. Until here, I still copy that. But once I put in the infinity inside the function, or any number, if you do like x moving to 2, if you put the 2 inside the function, then you don't need to copy the limits already. If you still copy the limits, minus marks, okay? But if you do here and you forgot to put the limit, minus marks, okay? So be careful. The limit will only disappear if you put in, after you put in limit in the infinity inside the function, and then it transform it to 0, then this part here, you don't need to get. Yeah, you all are so good.
Yes,
You know already. When I
Shafiq
start
got
talking,
2.
you got the answer. Good.
Yes, that's right, Shafiq.
When I start talking, when answer supposed to come out, you know already. Very, very good. Okay, I want you to find the answer. So the answer is 2. Okay, now let's go for this one. When I plug in, I notice again it gets negative infinity to negative infinity. So it is again a indeterminate form. And this time, my bracket is on top. Okay, so when I want to divide by x squared, when I want to divide this by x squared, I couldn't enter here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need to expand the top portion. Okay, I want to expand the top portion. So once I want to expand the top portion, the denominator, okay, when I check the denominator, the highest power for this one is x squared, okay, x squared. So I'm going to take x squared and I'm going to divide with all the elements inside the question. So all the elements, see how I have a shortcut here? This time, I'm not going to put in every element. So just now, I teach you the basics. So you know already. Actually, I don't need to write for every element. I just put a bracket. But remember, have to put the brackets. If you don't put the brackets, then it's going to be wrong. So whatever I want to divide, I will multiply as 1 over x squared in front. So it will save me a lot of time. It will save you a lot of time during exam. So, talk about exam. Sem 1 exam. Do you have time to finish all the questions? Yes or no? Write in the chat box. Okay, write in the chat box. Do you have time to finish all the 7 questions needed inside Sem 1 paper? Tell me. That's why we are teaching you tricks, okay, to make writing the answer faster so that you can have time to check your answer. All right, we are here to do that for you. So tell me, did you have time to finish your question? If yes, type yes. If no, type no.
Yes.
Jujur, okay? Be
honest.
Be honest with yourself. Why we want to do this? If you have time, you have enough time to finish your question, then I don't need to teach you tricks because you already know the tricks, how to write fast and do fast. But if you don't have enough time, then I have to find lots and lots of tricks to teach you so that we will learn to write fast. Okay, so the trick is, okay?
Fatin say no. Fatin say no. Fatin Ishira no. Shafiq say yes. Chai no.
Okay. Not enough time. I know a lot of my students say, I don't have enough time, teacher. Yeah, you have to practice and you have to know the tricks to go fast. Okay, so the trick is we multiply with 1 over the highest power of denominator. I cannot say multiply with the x squared later. For all questions, you go and multiply by x squared, then I'm dead. Okay, so I have to say divide 1 over the highest power of denominator, multiply with the whole element, and ended up we simplify each and every one of them like this. Okay, and we will end up with 0 here and 0 over here. Okay, these two parts will end up with 0 over here and over here. And then, okay, and then we will have this kind of answer. See carefully. This negative infinity, have you got the answer? Do you know what's the answer for this question? Okay, please write in the chat box. There's 21 of you. Thank you for promoting my class. There's only 21 of you, but it's good. 21 is good. Come on, tell me. What is the answer for this question? I'm sure you know.
Negative,
Come on, come
negative
on.
infinity there. -3 divided by
Okay.
1.
I have answers? Well, you type your answers in the chat box, okay? I'm
Yeah.
going to give you the answers now because I want to do more question. I don't want, because we are talking about lessons now. This is not a revision. We are doing lessons. So I hope you have your pens and pencils with and doing this question together with me. Kelas tambahan, you go to tuition class, you do that, right? So now is a tuition class. So you do the question together with me. Don't see the question. When you do, then that's why you can do faster. Okay, so now you get your answer, negative infinity. I'm moving on to the next question. Okay, let's go on. So you know, understand why? Yes, you understand why, because I have negative infinity. Very good, very good, Chai Tzu-sin. You will get negative infinity because a negative infinity, you plus or minus with a number, you divide with a number, you still get a negative infinity. Okay, let's go on. Congratulations for those who managed to do the question fast. Okay, next part of the question will be a shortcut tricks. When you see the degree of the numerator, okay, when you see the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, most of the time you will get the answer is 0. Okay? Can we do fraction here
Factorization.
without factorization here without expand? If you don't expand, then you will have you will easily make mistake, because when you don't expand, you cannot see every element. Okay, the trick of doing this limit to infinity is we want to see every element at is. All right, so it is good to expand. It is safer to expand. Okay, it is safer.
There's
Okay, now
another question
yes,
from
let's
Jia
do.
Hauseng. Just now
Okay.
the answer was negative infinity. Can we write undefined as a final answer?
Actually, it is that the limit does not exist. Okay, it's not undefined. We have to write negative because we are doing limit to negative infinity and positive infinity. So if you look at what you are going to see here now, your answer for negative infinity and positive infinity, that is actually an answer. Positive infinity and negative infinity is actually an answer. Okay, undefined is not an answer. From 5, yes, what you are talking just now, what you said just now, you get the infinity answer, is actually telling you it is an undefined answer. But that works in Form 5. But in Form 6, we go in detail. We talk about infinity, negative infinity. We get, even if we get a 0, that is also actually a limit. Okay, the 0 is the limit of the function. That is actually an answer. Okay, last time we say, oh, I get 0, I don't get any answer. Actually, 0 is an answer in Form 6. So we cannot write undefined. We have to write whether it's a positive infinity or a negative infinity or a number. Okay, back to my shortcut here. Just now I was talking about this. If the degree of the denominator, the numerator, okay, is less, okay, means whatever in the numerator top here, okay, is less than the denominator, my answer most of the time is 0. But Stpm question give 2 marks for this question. This type of question get 2 marks. If I straight away copy the question and I write 0, the examiner is not going to give me 2 marks. So what is important there? What is important is the highest power. So to do this question, you have to have this trick over here. Means multiply by the highest power of the denominator. So if for this question, I will have to write multiply with 1 over x power of 3 for this question. Okay, for this question number 2, I will have to write multiply with 1 over x power of 3. Okay, and then I put the brackets, and then I will copy all inside the brackets, and then I write the answer is equals to 0. Okay, we take a break first.
Yes.
And
Okay. We take a break with the advertisement.
see you later.
Okay, see you then.
Tahukah anda tuisyen online percuma? Ya, pertama di Malaysia. Gandingan para guru menghasilkan yang terbaik, memenuhi keperluan pembelajaran anda. Semua mata pelajaran percuma. Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia, Inisiatif Didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tahniah, terima kasih.
Okay, we are back, Teacher Im.
All right. So my reminder just now is if you want the 2 marks inside the Stpm paper, you have to show the parts that you multiply with the highest power of denominator. Okay? Second tricks. Second tricks is when you have the degree of the numerator equals to the degree of the denominator, most of the time the answer will be the ratio of the leading term. So what is the ratio of the leading term? So this is the highest power, and this one both the numerator and the denominator has the same power. So the ratio of the power will be -2 and 3. So I will copy, the answer is -2 and 3. Okay, and then same goes here. The x power n power of 3 for this case, and here n power of 3, they have the same. Okay, the degree are the same. So the tricks is if they have the degree is the same, so what will happen is it is going to be take the ratio of the ratio of the leading term. So x power of n power of 3, the leading term is 8 and 3. So we write down 8 over 3, and we have our in the form of 2 over 3. That's the answer. Okay, now let's try this question. Let's try this question. What is the leading term, the ratio in this term? Okay, so check carefully. Sometimes it is in the middle. So the highest power of this one is x power of 3, and here is also x power of 3. So what's the answer? What's the answer? Come. Put inside the chat box the answer. I'm sure with this shortcut, you can see compared to just now, I have to like type so many things and write so many things. This one, you can see the answer just like this. Come on, you can see the answer. I'm sure you can see the answer. Come, tell me the answer. There's 20 of you, okay? There's 20 of you inside the chat box. So come on, I'm sure you know the answer. You are great students. Tell me, what's the answer? Let's try. Come on. Let's try. Okay, that's great. Okay. That's very good. Okay, Fatin, very good. Aina, very good. Okay, Jia Hao, very good. Okay, so you got your answer. Any more? Come on. Let the flow in the answer.
Yes.
So, answer. So the highest power of denominator is x power of 3. The numerator also have the same x power of 3. So both of them the same. So we take the ratio -3 over 2. So that's the answer. So we have the shortcut of the question. Okay, but then you can't get full marks, 2 marks from the exam paper if you write straight away the answer. So what is the trick? The trick is, you know already the highest power is x power of 3. So what we do is we have this one, the highest power multiply, and then we put in the answer. So we will get our 2 marks. Okay, so now I want to answer Shafiq's question just now. Do we need to plug in the element, for example, x moving to positive infinity or negative infinity, or even a number? Do we need to plug in or not? The answer is, if we have enough working on it, like this one, if this is 2 marks, we plug in, you have to show divide by the highest power of denominator. Okay, so if for the case that we have conjugate, we need to multiply, conjugate, we have to show the pemirsa the conjugate format. Okay, so that is the important part of the question that we have to put in. If not, no marks. Okay, I hope I answer Shafiq's question. So this part over here is actually the important part. Divide, multiply with the, divide all the elements with the highest power of denominator, 1 mark, then the answer. Because we know the shortcut already, so we don't need to like simplify, make it into 0 and get the answer. So that is the trick. Okay, so this will give you a very fast way to get these marks. All right, so this one is the numerator equals to the highest power of the degree of the numerator is equivalent to the highest power of degree in the denominator. They are same. What if, okay, if I have case like this, the degree of the numerator is bigger than the degree of the denominator. For this case, like this one, the degree of the numerator is higher than the degree of the denominator. Okay, the trick, the shortcut tricks for this one is we will take whatever the leading power, okay, for this case is 5x power 4, 4x power 2, and I ignore the one behind. Okay, I ignore the one behind and I only take the one in front. Okay, so if you look at this position, the answer, of course, you know what's the answer already. When you put in the negative infinity and infinity, because you need to simplify this, okay? And then you will, when you simplify this, you will get negative infinity there and you will get your answer. So negative infinity squared, you get a positive infinity. So number multiplied by a positive infinity, you got a positive infinity. Okay, so this is the trick that will go very fast to solve this type of question when the degree of the numerator is bigger than the degree of the denominator. So if you don't expand, like just now Shafiq asked, if you don't expand, let's say for this question, it comes in the expansion. If you don't expand, then you can't find the highest power of the numerator or the denominator to do this trick. Okay, this is a trick. Okay, this is a shortcut. Right, please hit the like button if you like what you see so far.
Yes, hit the like
It is actually a motivator. We come back, me,
Yes.
Cikgu Zana, Cikgu Aileen, we are teachers. And your teacher in school, you see how tired, their makeup all gone after school, right? We are also the same. When we come back, especially me, I'm teaching in the college, okay? So I end up, our college is different from school. You all finish school like 2 something. College, we finish like 3:30, almost 4 o'clock. So by the time I reach home, I'm like so tired. I would say, oh, no energy to make videos. But when I look at my videos and I say, oh, so many people want to see my video, so many likes, then I will do my work. No matter how tired, I will drink coffee and then I will start typing. Okay, that is actually likes our motivation. It's like a motivation pills. Okay, next question. Okay, when you look at this question, it is in a format of fraction. Okay, when we look at this, we say, oh, okay, here is in negative infinity, here transform to 0, here also transform to 0. My answer is like 0. Well, you can't get your full marks there. Okay, you can't get your full marks there. So what you are going to do is, this trick is you need to compile. Okay, you don't need to write so many things. If you just do this fast, and you will get this part of the answer. Okay, then you put inside number divide by negative infinity, you will get 0. Okay, then you will get your full marks. If you just answer straight away 0, you will lose 1 mark. Okay, you will lose 1 mark. Although you know, okay, teacher, this one is 0 minus 0. I should get a 0, so my answer is 0. But then in Stpm, they expect you to combine it, get the equation, then only get 0. Okay, so don't lose mark. Okay, don't lose mark. So make sure you have Stpm level question. You must know how to get your marks. Knowing how to do is one thing. Knowing where can lose mark is another thing. Okay, so once you know where you can lose mark, you won't lose any marks. Okay, I'm going to go for higher level question. What if I got a square root on top? Okay, what if I have a square root on top and I want to solve this question? Okay, if I look at the denominator, I want to divide it, the highest power of denominator, and I plug in. I hope you already plug in while I'm chit-chatting just now. You will notice that this one is infinity over infinity, which will give you an indeterminate form again. Oh no, so what you are going to do is you are going to put here x power of 2 is the highest power of the denominator. Okay, why I retype the question? Okay, that is the highest power of the denominator. And I'm going to put inside there. Okay, oh, thank you, Shafiq. You are great too. Okay, thank you for your support. Right, so I'm going to continue. So I'm going to put in like this. Okay, just now I taught you the shortcut. We are going to put like the highest power. You should be wondering, teacher, why you like to use x power of 2? Because when I type this one, I want to type it fast, work smart. I want to give you everything, so I use the same thing. So when I copy and paste, I can type faster and give you more question. Okay, so if this also works when you have our power x power of 3, x power of 4, x power of 5. I just want to make this easier to faster for me to teach. Okay, so I will take the highest power of the denominator, multiply, means I divide every element. Okay, I divide all the element here. But then, okay, when I divide, then I notice, oh my, how am I going to enter this x power of 2 inside a square root? I can't do that. Okay, I can't put my x power of 2 inside and divide something with square root. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this trick over here. X power of 2 is equals to square root of x power of 4. I'm going to use this trick. So I will end up when I'm going to copy. So nothing big deal. Don't get say, so many things to write, so many square root. Don't get scared. Just copy. Just now that this one copy, this whole thing copy. This one change with just now that trick. Okay, I let you see the trick again. X power of 2 is equals to x power of 4. Square root is actually back to the same thing. Okay, I just change it into the square root. So I will copy here, over here. All right, I will copy over there. And then you will see, now I can enter the whatever I want to divide into my square root. I can put it in already. And then I put it in and I will end up something like this. Means I divide by the denominator. I divide by the denominator. I can get answer already. Okay, so what's going to happen is this part here going to transform to 0. And this part here is going to transform to 0. And I'm sure you know the answer already. Because if you know the trick, it's going to be very fast to get the answer. Okay? There's no need to write that. There's no need to write that. Whenever you insert in something, you can write your answer straight. Square root of 36 over 9. You can straight away write that. You don't need to write plus 0, plus 0. Okay? Because remember, just now I said the marks is 2 parts, A and B, 2 to 3 marks for per question. So like this one, the trick is you must have this one. You must have this, so that it will be 1 mark over here already. You must show the divide by the highest power of the denominator. Okay, and then number 2. Okay, number 2 is you must show the parameter that you change to put it inside. So this one and this one is a must. Okay, and then you simplify it. After you simplify it, you should get the answer. Okay, this answer is going to be, you got the answer. Okay, and then I'm going to simplify. I cannot wait because it's almost 6 o'clock. We only have 1 hour. Okay, we only have 1 hour. So I have 6 over 9 and I got the answer 2 over 3. If you already tried it out and you got the answer, then very good. Okay, but see carefully. This square root in form 6. Okay, I want to say something. This square root in form 6, you actually have positive answer and negative answer. Square root of 4, you actually are going to get positive 2, negative 2. Okay, so when you do the limit the time, you have to take care. The limit that you put in is a positive limit or a negative limit. Okay, so for this case, I'm doing positive numbers. That's why my answer is 6. So I simplify, I get 2 over 3. Fatin, very, very good. You got the answer. Okay, very good. Right, Fatin? Let's get more correct answer. And Stpm, if you follow our class, I can guarantee you at least you will get a B, because we will give you tricks. We will give you, of course, after you practice, you will get your A, because maths is nothing you can see only. Okay, you see and or you read a book and then you get A. Impossible. You need to practice. Okay, so we will have 2 over 3 here. Just now I told you already, the place which is important is this one, and the place where you show that you already changed the power. So these 2 parts you can omit in the exam. So you can write fast, you can omit these 2 parts where you understand already, put in the square root, okay, and then you write these few parts in your answer. 3 marks for this question. Okay, right, let's move on. Okay, let's say I have the denominator at the bottom. Just now I teach you the denominator is on top. What if the denominator comes to the bottom? Then exam come out the time you say, teacher never teach before. Right or not? Students are always like this. I teach the denominator, the square root on the top, and then suddenly come out square root on the bottom, and you all say, teacher never teach before. Okay, teacher teach now. The denominator, the square root at the bottom. How do? We plot in. Again, we have infinity over infinity, and we cannot get an answer. Okay, it's an indeterminate form. So we have to check out the power. Then I say, oh my God, all my powers are inside the brackets. All right. So how do I know what's the highest power of the denominator? So what the trick is, we will try to factorize whatever inside the square root, bring out the highest power of denominator. Okay, we bring out the highest power of the denominator and we transform this into like 4x divided by x squared. If you already know the tricks, then this step can skip. I'm talking so fast. Can skip and you will get something like this. Okay, means you can skip here and you can get something like this. Means I will bring out the power and I will power of 2. Okay, and then I will divide by the x power of 2 here, and then I simplify. I will get this one. Okay, C. Just now I told you what? The square root in form 6, you have positive square root and you have negative square root. Square root of x squared for a limit with a negative infinity limit, I actually have my answer is negative x. Means I want the negative value, because my value that I'm talking about, because in form 6, your teacher in SEM 1, your teacher would have told you square root of 2, square root of 4 is plus minus 2. You have positive answer, you got negative answer. So when you do this, the time you have to be very, very careful. The limit is a negative, so your x, you want the negative answer. Okay, so now I'm done. Here, you will transform to 0. So inside your brain, you can start calculating already. What will happen to this question? The highest power of denominator is negative x. So you're going to take that element, you're going to multiply with all the element over here. Okay, so you will have 1 over x, right? The highest power of x is x. Okay, so I will divide with the highest power, which is 1 over x. So 1 over x. So I divide all the element here with x, and I can write like this. Just now I teach you the shortcut already. You don't need to write for every element. You can write it outside as 1 over x. Okay, once you have this already, what will happen is this part here and this part here will transform to 0, and we will have our answer. I'm not going to wait for you to write the answer. I give you the answer, so that will be negative 4 over 5. Okay, remember, this one is our negative. All right. Hello, Cikgu Hao. Nice to see you.
Cikgu Hao is in the house. Cikgu Hao is in the house.
Cikgu House is our accounts teacher. Accounts. If you have friends which take accounts, please check out Cikgu House channel. She has very good lessons in her class. Okay, you can introduce Cikgu Hao to your friends. All right, which take accounts. Some math student take accounts, I know. Okay, well, finish already. We will have next question. Right, just now I have the question is the denominator is divided. So take out the denominator, factorize like this. Next one is I have if my square root is minus. See, I have x power of 2 minus with a square root. When I plug in, I notice I have negative infinity minus negative infinity. It is indeterminate. Okay, what is actually indeterminate? You have to check out our videos. Well, because we have no time to talk about it. So indeterminate, well, is a big number minus a big number, but we have no idea what is the number is. Just now somebody said it's undefined, but actually it's a very big number that we can't even know what is the number. So we don't even know we don't even know whether it's the same number or not. Okay, so that's why you end up as indeterminate. So for this type of case, oh my, this Stpm question carries 4 marks. This is only a clone, but it will carry 4 marks. Yes, Cikgu Meha and Cikgu Hao are partners. They are the partners for accounts. You should check out their group and playlist. It is super good. Okay, back to my question. This is a long question with 4 to 5 marks. Depends on what is the situation that they give. Here, my fraction is long, so this most probably will be 4 to 5 marks. Okay, so if you see this type of situation, you need to look for conjugate. 1 mark over here if you put in the correct conjugate. So whether it's an x squared or a number minus with a square root, whether the square root is in front or behind, because I don't have time to do the square root in front, so I only have the square root behind. Minus, don't tell me if the question come out, don't tell me I don't teach. If the square root is in front, also same, you follow the conjugate, and the conjugate you have to take care of the sign here. So if you have unknown minus a square root or a square root minus an unknown, so the minus is changed into a plus inside the conjugate. Okay, remember that. Use the conjugate to solve this kind of question, because it is infinity minus infinity is a indeterminate method. You can't solve this. Okay, so what you are going to do, then you say, teacher, so scary, so big the square root, how to solve? Oh my God. Well, what you do is you take the power from the first number, whether it's in front or behind. Okay, you take the power and then you multiply together. Okay, and then for the square root part, you take the square root, you copy down only. Why? Because square root multiplied by square root, it was going to be a solid number. Like square root of 2 multiplied with square root of 2, you get 2. Okay, so you have every time you will just copy it down. So it's not so scary after all. Okay, and then follow the negative and write down. Okay, because negative times positive is going to be a negative, write it down. So if you have a square root, bring the whole thing, write down. Bottom here, copy only. Don't need to get scared. Okay, just copy it down only. Right, now we are going to deal with the question. Okay, so it will become simplify it, and it will become something that we learned just now. Means the okay, it's going to be like something we learned just now. I'm going to move on to the next part of the question. Okay, looking at the time. So the highest power of denominator can see is x power of 2. Okay, if you factorize this out, you will also see the just now I teach you the trick already. You factorize out, you will also see the power of 2 there. Okay, but because of the time problem, I won't do that for the factorizing out. So I teach you just now. So use the trick just now. You will also see the highest power is x power of 2. So I'm going to take it, multiply, divide with every element, but I don't want to write that because it's a waste of time. So I multiply with 1 over x squared. 1 over x squared. Okay, so now I want to simplify. Okay, then I notice, I have the square root at the bottom here, but then I have this one which I cannot enter. Okay, so the tricks just now I gave you already. We will use x power of 2, change to x power of 4. Now it can. That's why I say this question is 4 marks, because there's a lot of parts that you need. Means you are going to use a few tricks that I teach just now and combine it to become this question. Okay, so I'm going to put it in already. Okay, that's the trick that we used just now. I'm going to put it in. So now the x power of 4 is already inside. Hi, Aisha. Welcome. Why are you? You just reached here? Please re-watch the video because I have already given a lot of tricks. All right. So just now, okay. Try. Hi, Rokia. You just enter my class. You just enter. Okay. Okay. So you have x power of 4 here, and then you will notice that this part here can be simplified already. So I'm sure you can see the 0 everywhere already. So here part here 0, 0. Okay. Don't let the eyes play tricks of you. Square root of 1, mine is 1. Okay. Positive or negative. Depends on the infinity. So this trick is the positive infinity. So you will have here is a 1 over. What's the answer? Can somebody tell me what's the answer for this question? Let's say,
what's the answer?
What's the answer for this question? Before I got one more question to come. Come, tell me, what's the answer for this question? I still got one more trick to show you.
Yes. 1
What's the
divided
question?
by 1 plus square root 1.
You can get the answer. Square root of 1. Is this square root of 1 a positive square root or a negative square root? Tell me, what's the answer? Remember just now, if the square root of 4 is plus minus 2. Okay, so now I want you to tell me what is the answer if I get for this case.
Okay.
Right, very good.
How?
Right,
0.5.
so that will give you 1 over 2. So yes, very good, Fatin. Very good,
Yes,
Chai.
Fatin.
You use a positive value. So 1 plus 1 is a positive. That's why I have my answer 1 over 2. Very good. Thank you so much for learning from Teacher Im. And then I got one more question to go for you. What if they give the question in ln? What if they give the infinity in ln? Well, if you remember your properties of ln minus is actually like this. Okay? Ln minus can be written in the format of this. All right? So we are going to do the tricks of our infinity for this part first. Okay? So we take this one, we put in the negative infinity. Remember? Power, which is the same, what will happen? We take the ratio of the equation. So 3 over 2. Question looks scary, but if we know the tricks, we know that this limit here is 3 over 2. We plug it into the question. Yes, I know this is 3 over 2, so I have my 3 over 2. There's no highest power of denominator to divide here except for this part. Okay, so when you want to get the marks, this part, when you do this part over here, you divide by 1 over x. You multiply with 1 over x. Means the part that you are going to get marks for the limit, you will get from here. Means multiply with 1 over x, you will do over here, and you know the answer is 3 over 2. Once you know the answer is 3 over 2, the ln 3 over 2, you plug it inside the question bag, you get the answer. You want more tricks about this ln question, you need to check out our videos. Okay, because time is out and I have to say bye-bye already. So this is just a trigger so that next time, come in early, and I hope all of you enjoy. Next week, you will be with Cikgu Zana for limit exists or does not exist. We will see powerful question from Cikgu Zana. Yay! That's all from me today. Bye.
Okay. So thank you, Teacher Im, for the lively class and sharing a lot of shortcuts with us. Okay, with God's grace, we have reached the end of today's lesson. Congratulations to all the students who are able to follow our lesson from beginning till the end. Before we end our session for today, can all of you please stop posting your comments for a while and click the subscribe button and activate the icon bell so that you will not miss the next class session. Then, if you find that the lesson was beneficial, click like and share to your friends on your social media. Spread and share the goodness. Once completed, can I see the word done? Have you subscribed Teachers Im channel? Please type done on the chat box before the certificate link is given as a token of thank you for your dedication in joining the free online class today. So have all of you subscribed to Teacher Im? Please type done. I want to see.
Thank you, Teacher Zana.
I want to see the word done in the chat box. Subscribe now and click like. Activate the icon bell. Okay, thank you, Fatin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jai. Okay, for responding me. Congrats. Okay, that's the spirit. Okay, that's
It's a
the spirit.
power up, power up.
Yes,
Now
power
I got a lot of energy to do more. A lot of energy to do more.
Okay, Teacher Eileen, can we share the certificate link now? Can we share the certificate link?
Yeah, it is
Yes.
already shared.
Okay,
Already
thank you. Okay, now the Teacher Eileen already shared the certificate link. So please take note, the link will end half an hour after the live. Make sure to use the EDD email only to log in, okay? Incorrect email use will not be entertained, okay? So if you wish to get more information on the online classes, go to www.academyyoutuber.com, and to those who haven't joined EDD Junior Telegram, please do so. Before we end, let's hear a few words from Teacher Eileen. Because Teacher Eileen is very quiet today. She's a controller.
But remember, you have to do practice also. Okay, even though you already understand what Teacher Im just now teach just now, so you still need to do practice no matter how. All right.
Okay, right. So once again, I would like to thank all of the students for joining today. You are awesome, really awesome. Feel free to share this free tuition class to your friends and teachers all over Malaysia. This is a collective effort from all the teachers throughout Malaysia for all the students throughout the country. Thank you too for being a YouTuber Academy supporter too. That's very important. So I think that's all for now. See you again in the next session. Ingat hashtag bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. Assalamualaikum. Stay safe till we meet again next week. Same day, same time, Saturday at 5 p.m. Goodbye.
Tuition online
Bye-bye.
percuma. Tuition online percuma. Layari www.academyyoutuber bagi mengikuti tuition online secara percuma. Prasekolah, sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, semua ada di Akademi YouTuber. Rujuk jadual di laman sesawang www.academyyoutuber.com. Semoga masa terluang anak-anak anda diisi dengan sebaiknya. Tuition online percuma, mestilah Akademi YouTuber.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber.